What's up guys, today I'm breaking down the NQ trade that paid me $11,500 across my TopStep accounts. I actually took a loser right before this one because price was stuck consolidating, no displacement, no delivery. But then the 2-minute chart presented one of the best, the cleanest breaker blocks I've seen all month, and that's where everything flipped. Before we dive in, here's the TopStep dashboard. You can see all 5 accounts being copied from each other, and currently each account has a profit of 2346.84 for the day, realized P&L. And on top of that, I am logged out now. I am done for the day. I do not want to see charts anymore. The only thing I want to do is let you guys know the secret sauce behind this sort of a trade. Hang on, watch the whole video because there's a lot to go through. Let's just talk about what exactly was happening on the chart. So when we basically came into the market, we have swept most of the liquidity on the high side. So Asia high had already been swept, London high had already been swept, and price was basically just consolidating inside of this New York 9:30 to 9:35 a.m. range. And I was just waiting for price to break out, break down, do something. Just consolidation, and then the price swept previous day high, came back inside, and I was like, okay, there might be a short position over here, but never closed below the 9:35 low. So that did not trigger. After that, price basically manipulated the lows and went higher. So price has done this consolidation. It has manipulated all the longs, stopped them out, went higher, manipulated all the shorts, stopped them out. And that's when the reversal really happened. Now, once we have understood what exactly is happening on the liquidity levels, so the price has swept a major liquidity on previous day high. All the liquidity down below is only Asia low and London low, which are very close to each other. So you're keeping your eyes on both of them to see whether price can reach out for them or not. Then I went down to 2 minutes. Once we had broken out of previous day high, aim is to see whether this move can be sustained on the higher side or not. We had back-to-back fair value gaps. And what happened straight away? Got inverted. Now this gives you an indication that the market wants to go lower. But you need an entry model, because without an entry model, all this is gambling. So I started looking at what was the responsible candle. What candle basically resulted in the sweep of the last high that was created over here? And the answer was quite easy. It was this candle right here. So once we had a closure below this candle, that would trigger and convert this order block into a breaker block. And I was waiting and I was being patient. And once we had a closure, I entered a short position right over here. I put my stops right up here for the first time. But continuous consolidation right inside of it and basically trying to trade above that order block scared me out. We traded above the order block. We basically inverted this fair value gap, small one just right over here. And I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense because this price might be able to take support here and start going higher. I was worried. I was concerned. So I started moving my stops lower. And I was like, okay, if this market doesn't want to go in my favor, I'm going to move my stops lower. So I moved my stops initially to this high. The market went lower, left a fair value gap. I moved my stops to the high of this fair value gap candle and got pipped out. But in the next 4 minutes, I realized I was wrong. And that is the difference between being successful and being a gambler. The moment I realized I was wrong is when we basically went inside of this, inverted, but straight away got rejected and started to crash down. The moment we closed back inside the order block, that was my entry. We basically just kept falling down and I just kept following the candles, basically the high every time it was being made. So initially, I moved my stops to here. Once the market created a new low, I waited for a new high to be created. I moved my stops to this point. Once the market created another low, I moved the stops to the next high that is being created. And then my full TP. Market ended up sweeping all the liquidity that was below, Asia low, London low, and has gone beyond that. Here's the real lesson. The difference between the red trade earlier and this one was patience. The first setup did not displace. It was chop and I forced it. The second setup waited for confirmation, liquidity run and breaker displacement. Every trader sees the same chart. Few wait for the state change. That's why you'll see people fade breakouts while structure is telling you the story right in front of your eyes. From a small loss to $11,500 green in a single session, all because I trusted the breaker model. If you want me to post the live replay of this setup and walk through entry timing, candle by candle, drop a comment below. I'll upload the full run through next. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel.